Hello everybody, this is Mithril Zenith back at you with another Fire Emblem 6 Zero Base Stats. It's time for the end game. It is high time for the end game. All he knows is about to be proven wrong. You can't beat Fire Emblem 6 hard mode with zero base stats. I'm about to prove you wrong. But first, let's take a look at our units. Roy got, I think, 5 level ups to the entire game. I think he promoted at level 4. Honestly, carrying Roy around isn't too bad. Keeping him safe from boltings and whatnot is a little annoying, but it's not too bad. And he was still able to help us a fair bit with his rapier in like Chapter 4 and Chapter 7. Yeah. Overall, our boy out of 10. Fa. Girl, why does your Divine Stone only have 30 uses? Like, that's the problem with Faye. Great growths, insane bases because of the Divine Stone, but because it only has 30 uses for the entire game, it just isn't worth it. It just can't kill. She can't do enough. She basically needs to be babied, and yeah, she could become unstoppable until the Divine Stone ran out. And because there are so many enemies in this game, she's just not usable. Faye out of 10. Lance. Our boy Lance. Look at those stats. Look at those stats. Like, this is basically Percival at base, but with more speed. Lance is good. Lance served me very well. Oh, he even got S rank in axes, so he can use Armads. I might just bring all the legendary weapons on Lance. Just screw everyone else. Without Lance, I would not have beaten this game. I had to rig some good levels on him at the start. But he took off. Like, as soon as I promoted him, it was just Lance solo mode, basically. Lance would take half the map, and the rest of my army would take the other half. 10 out of 10, best boy. Except for Lou. Lou, I think, is even better than Lance. Took longer to get going, doesn't have as much move. But my goodness. Tanky, fast, sage, bulky, fast, able to one-round everything, even when Lance stopped one-rounding. He kept going. A little bit shy on the magic level. If he had a couple more points of magic, he would have been able to one-round most things with like a Thunder Tome or an Air Caliber. But as it stood, he had to use either Air Caliber's effectiveness to kill Wyvern Lords, or he was like 1 or 2 damage short at all times. Either way, Lou is an insanely good unit. 10 out of 10 would use again. Elfin, Dancer out of 10. Not strong enough to take a bolting to the face and survive. Little bit of a liability, doesn't matter, good unit. Clarine, best healer girl out of 10. She needed magic for the longest time, and then she finally started getting magic, and at least she got enough magic before I got physics and before she promoted that she was quite useful. That 20 speed and 21 luck was enough to help her dodge so much and double so much, even with just a fire tome. Clarine was awesome. Always healing, always doing status stab things. Plus, give her a fire tome and she doubles and actually deals meaningful damage because she hits resistance. Great unit. Sue. I tried hard to make Sue good. And honestly, 27 speed, 21 skill, that is good. Always a little shy on strength. Always a little rough on hit points, but I feel like that's just Sue's issues as a unit, regardless of her bases. She's fragile, but she's fast. She doesn't hit very hard, but she hits twice, and she hits. Sue was invaluable in taking on Sakai chapters, Plus the fact that she was able to one-round Wyvern Lords in 21 really helped out. Sue, good unit. Shin definitely fell behind Sue. Like, 10 levels difference, it's not even close. More hit points, would have had more strength and whatnot, but so much harder to train because we had so little time to train him compared to Sue. Sue had like 4 or 5 chapters on him, I think. Let's see, it was... yeah, like 5 chapters on Shin. And those 5 chapters, I power grinded her, whereas Shin didn't really have that good start. Plus, I think Shin early promoted, and Sue I got to 20. Maybe Shin got to 20, I forget. Either way, at the very least he has a decent support with Sue. That accuracy is nice. But yeah. Rutger was an early game crutch, and then he fell off. Still not a bad unit, still usable in the end game, but look at those stats. He just got screwed by his growths, and he started with hard mode bonuses. He didn't even get that much speed. Like, this Rutger, as a level 12 Swordmaster who promoted at I think 18 or 19, has less speed than he has at base in hard mode, probably at base in normal mode. If he had gotten good speed growths, he would have been fantastic. But he didn't, and so he quickly fell behind, and I didn't even field him half the time. Alan, 12 speed out of 10. He just didn't get speed when I needed him to. He got... by the time he promoted, he was getting doubled by everything. He couldn't even double generals reliably. He was still solid enough, and with that 17 strength and a Brave Lance, he was fighting well. His Allen Lance... the Allen Lance support is great, but as a unit, Allen just didn't put up the numbers I needed him to. Just a couple of points of speed too shy. He would have gotten doubled by bolting last chapter. That's how rough it was. Granted, most units get doubled by bolting, because Bruni is an evil boss. But yeah, Alan just fell behind. It goes to show that, you know, you want to raise both Alan and Lance, but because you get one Knight's Crest at chapter 8, and you don't get the next one until chapter 15, that's basically half the game that you're stuck with one Paladin and one Cavalier. Fur, I spent so long grinding Fur just to have her become a slightly better Rutger. She got a couple extra points of speed, and if I kept leveling her, she would have even gotten more speed. But it's hard to do much with a 6-move unit when you have a 10-move Paladin who's dancing around the place, killing everything before it can reach you. And also locked to one range, because most of the enemies in this game have javelins, and that sucks. Not bad, though. Pinch hitter out of 10. Oh, Wade, how the mighty have fallen. I look at your stats, and they're not bad. Like, compare them to Fur. He's only like 4 points lower, and like okay, 5 less speed, 4 less skill, 4 less strength. I didn't give him any angelic robes, though. There's more defense, but as those again, it's the same with Alan. Those couple points of speed made all the difference. He would get doubled by everything, and then he just stopped being able to do much. It also didn't help him that axes have the lowest base hit ever in Fire Emblem 6 that they've ever had. Like, hand axe with 50 hit is terrible, even though he has good skill with 14. Wade served me very well in the early game, but then he kind of dropped like a lead weight, and I didn't really have much chance to field him. Chad was a great combat thief. Did what I need him to, survived when I needed him to, even killed some wyverns with the Worm Slayer. Just all around good unit. Didn't even cap his speed. I mean, granted, he couldn't have capped his speed. He could have gotten 19, but he got 17 instead. But 12 strength, 8 defense on a thief, pretty good when they both start at 0. Merlinus is a wagon out of 10. So many times he ate a hit that otherwise would have killed a unit. So many times he became basically invaluable. He saved the run so many times, and I'm grateful for him. But ultimately, he's a wagon out of 10 because I can't, like, reasonably give him stats. I don't even think that with stats, he would even be much different. Like, maybe he might be able to take one more hit than normal before. Or might be able to dodge something. But yeah, even just as 1 hit point, 0 stat, 5 move wagon, he's good. Nime. I will say this. Free A-rank staves is nice. Being able to be an extra restore staff user is nice. Recover at base, just who needs magic when you heal for max anyway. Nimue, staff bot out of 10. Also Berserk Magnet out of 10. That was funny. That was actually pretty good, just to make her Berserk instead of one of the units that's way far out deep in enemy territory. Same with Yoder. Yoder's basically Nimue, but able to use the Saint Staff. Yeah. S-rank staff out of 10. Good unit. And now we come to the sad part. Melody, negative resistance. What are you doing with your life? Why are Melody stats negative when everyone else's are 0? I don't know. But basically her hard mode bonuses, which are normally insane, got crippled down to being less than Rutger's, I think. I think Rutger had better hard mode bases. Probably because in normal mode she had negative stats, so they boosted from negative instead of boosting from 0. I don't know if the people who made this hack, like, I don't know the way that it worked, but I think that they took the hard mode stats and just scaled them down to 0, and then caused issues with growths, because the Wyvern Rider class growths that you get hard mode bonuses off are so good. But yeah, good fairy bot for a couple chapters, and that's about it. Couldn't get her in fighting form. By the time she joined, everyone else was just too strong. She could barely deal damage, and it was way too much work to feed her kills. Same thing with Zeiss. Like, look at that! Zeiss literally has better stats in every single regard, and I never let him see combat at all. Ever. I don't know what they did to Melody, but they killed Melody entirely. Zeiss, once again, would have been awesome had he not showed up after a point where he couldn't hit or do damage. Yeah, 4 skill, 5 strength, not gonna happen. Shanna carried stuff for me. I tried to level her up, it didn't end up going anywhere. She never got strength. And so I just kind of dropped her, especially because I knew I had to go to Sakai and I didn't want to risk going to Ilya and missing out on the endgame. Tate, like, when people say Tate is a better Shanna, I mean, you can just show this with no context. Tate did exactly what Shanna did. Ferry people around. Kath was a thief. Astor was a thief. Lelina was actually occasionally able to kill some stuff with lightning or an Hellfire. Recruited some units. Not too much to say. I already had a strong Lu, so it was really hard to justify training Lelina. But she would have definitely had the magic that Lu didn't have, because 3 levels, 3 points in magic. That's Lelina for you. Saul, surprisingly useful. C-rank stabs at base, lets him use Restore. Brought him into the desert and wasn't upset. He did well. Lot saved Wade, and Wade saved Lot in the early game so much. Like, without Wade and Lot together, sharing the hammer, sharing the halberd, I don't know how I would have gotten through chapters 4 and 7. Wade and Lot carried hard. And plus the fact that Wade and Lot were the only ones to be able to kill the boss in chapter 2. The only one able to scratch the boss in chapter 2. Unfortunately, one must move on while the other falls behind, and Wade moved on and Lot fell behind. In the end, Wade fell off too. But yeah, after getting that support, he became a nice support bot and was able to carry a halberd and a hammer every once in a while. That's about where Lot stopped. Noah, never used him. Bors, never used him. More of a liability than an asset. Wolt, never used him. Actually, I guess Wolt got some chipping damage in, which was nice. Ellen, early game healer, out of 10. Deke, never used him. Rutger was just better because starting level 5 with no stats. C rank Manny was able to use the blade. I think he swung it like once. Dorothy literally never used her. Wendy literally never used her. This reminds me of Barth. Why did he start with 18 defense? I have no idea. I think I got a dislike on that video because it's like not truly 0 bases, but look, I'm not the one who controls how the game works. They gave Barth 18 defense and he still died instantly. It was still not useful. Gonzalez, never used him. Klein, never used him. Bartray caused me too much suffering because of my own idiocy placing him too far forward. Also never used him. Ray, I've never used him in vanilla either. Cecilia attracted status staves in the desert. Did some staff work in the desert. She did what I needed her to for that one chapter, and then I never fielded her again. Sophia, negative stats out of 10. They found a way to make Sophia worse. They literally gave her negative stats. Gren, never used her. Percival, sad face out of 10. Just why? This makes me sad. Like, these are Percival's hard mode bonuses on top of his already godlike stats that he normally gets. Percival's insanely good in the normal game and in hard mode, but in 0 bases, it just his die was cast already. Garrett, never used him. Hugh, disappearing act out of 10. Cost me 5,000 extra gold just because if I hadn't paid full 10k, he would have disappeared. That messed me up. Because I actually could have used that 5k a lot. That's another robe and some money for, like, that's a robe and a silver weapon, basically, that I had to pay for him. Glass Douglas got put to sleep, got me to chapter 16x, where I pulled my hair out in frustration. Dayan, never used him. Absorbed, actually, no, he absorbed Berserk staffs, I think. And Corel. Never used him. And that's everyone. So who are we taking? Lance, Lou, Elfin, Clarine, Sue. 3 more. Fur. I guess here's the question, do I bring staff bots? I think staff bots are the answer. Because honestly, the only items that I need are dragon slaying weapons. Anything that can hurt a dragon. Anything that can hurt a dragon. Which means Roy is going to be carrying stuff for everyone else. Just like Elfin. Lou is going to be carrying these air caliber tomes. Transfer, give. I wonder if I can put dragons to sleep. That's a question. Like another Worm Slayer. Yeah. Okay, Lance. You have S rank axes, so take Armads. You have S rank swords, but I want Durandal and someone else, so take a Worm Slayer. Actually, take an Elixir. And Altet, Armads, Worm Slayer. I don't know, Hand Axe, I guess? For range? Lorraine, take a Fire Tome. Not a one-use one. Don't need Restore. Let's try this. If I need Warp, I can... Yeah, if I need Warp, I can use that later. Okay, don't need Restore. I will need Hamurn. I will certainly need Hamurn. Okay, Recover. Don't need a chest key. Why do I have that? Recover, Silence. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, you don't need iron weapons. Another silver bow. Backup and hold an elixir. For okay, Worm Slayer, Worm Slayer. Worm Slayer, Wodao, Durandal. Light Brand. Actually useful. 10 poking damage is actually useful. And a Vulnerary, why not? Could come in handy. Okay, let's see, we have Sword, Axe, Lance, Anima. No one can use Light or Dark. And the bow. Okay, I think that's all we need. Just pick up some other weapons, I guess. Let's see, like a Silver Lance, Brave Axe. Where's the Brave Lance? Did I ever get a Brave Sword? I don't think I did. I don't think I ever got a Brave Sword. Guess we don't need all that air caliber. And hold a Vulnerary, why not? This seems good. This seems reasonable. Faye, do you have any other items to hold on to? Guess a silver sword if I want accurate. And then a killer axe or something. And another killing edge. Here we go. Are you ready for some chaos? Let's do it. Ready for the end game. This is the Dragon Sanctuary. So this chapter is not bad. This chapter's weird. It's basically just a lore walk. Every room has dragons, which are a little stronger than the last. As soon as you capture, I think it's after 3 rooms, every 3rd room, a dragon will spawn from the throne of the room prior. So if you try to leave people behind, they just get destroyed by dragons. Also, I'm gonna need to be careful of when I use Hamurn, Because I want 4 Blaze to last. In fact, I think we're gonna Hamurn 4 Blaze right now. I'm gonna play with animations on, though I might speed them up. Okay, Lou can move forward. Play a little song. Yeah, unfortunately I can't take on that many dragons at once. Even as Lou. Even as the unstoppable force that is Lou. Because dragons have very high accuracy. And they can kill me. I think that's enough said. Yep, and everyone else just staff bots behind. I'm really curious as to whether I can make dragons go berserk. Looks like I can. I'll have to try that. Let's Murglize. Gonna have to repair it after my next use of it. And then that'll be the last repair, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be the last repair. I think Murglize, because I think Armads is... I don't know, I think it's worth using Maltat and Armads with Lance. If I ever get to a point where I don't think that Fur could survive, I can also just give him Durandal as well. Here's Lou. I'm not looking forward to the very final Lou! Lou. Did you just miss with four Blaze? You did, didn't you? Here, let's let Roy kill a dragon, shall we? I said let's let Roy kill a dragon. Maybe not. Yeah, this 42% is gonna be a little rough. But there it is. There's the kill. And Roy binds the dragon. Dragon bind. Still leveling up. He's gonna level up with every kill we give him. If he doesn't get any skill, it doesn't matter. It doesn't help him. Yeah, everyone else just move up forward. Just make sure that no one's far enough behind that they get killed by potential dragons. What? Maybe I can actually just restore Murglize right now. Maybe that'll be a decent use of the Hamurn. Because I definitely want to kill more than one more dragon with Sue. So will you this time? It's but the beginning. But he didn't perish immediately, so now it's time for a little bit more dialogue. Demon Dragon is not the leader of the dragons. It was created. Formed from a divine dragon. Yep. And you destroy the soul of a divine dragon and make it a demon dragon. And because that's how it works, I guess. Oh. I forgot, there's extra dragons here. I want to see what happens if I do this. Who wants to make a berserk dragon? Meanwhile, everyone else comes to the front. I actually might leave Fur, not leave her behind, but have her take up the rear of the party, just to help deal with any surprise dragons from the back. Oh, just watch that health bar go down. That just feels so good. Plus Armads gives him the defense he needs. Yep, it's a dragon fight. Nice, no damage heal. That's so useful. Shake my head. I'll just stay out of their range for a little bit. Healing. Yep, and yeah, we'll just do this. Take it slow, stay out of their range, let them all kill each other. Now we only have to use one use of... Oh, yep, there are the dragons I was talking about. Surprise dragons from the back. Ooh, these dragons are killing each other something fierce. Good for me. Time to blow this guy up with 4 blaze. And another one. Goodbye. Murglies. And you did well. Here's your reward. Death. And we will dance for Nime. Take to the front. Yoder. And the weight... At the rate which Faye and all of them are able to move, I think it's probably easier just have Faye back behind with Fur. Not bad at all. I'm curious how far you'll make it. Humans win by sheer numbers. So we create War Dragon. We create War Dragons. So in order to do that we need a Demon Dragon, so we capture a weak Divine Dragon at Dune. And all the Divine Dragons suddenly hate all the Fire Dragons. So yeah. Show me more power if you want to hear the rest. Nothing will possibly go wrong, right? I think we're just gonna do something like this. Bring the bard forward. Excuse me, I need to get past you to get through here. I'll just blow some wind in your general direction and then finish off with an axe. Don't think it's quite time for... Wait a second. I could just put these not dragons. Yes, dragons. I could put these dragons to sleep. That way they wouldn't be following me. At the very least, if they got close, I'd be able to, you know, stop them, delay them, do something to them. It's not a kill, is it? That's a kill. Pop, pop. Blaze. Armads. Armads. Oh, you only have physic? Whoops. Guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna rescue you anyway. Go forward to play. You can drop. Just want to see what happens at this point. Yep, there's the dragon from the chair. Time to get a little bit more lore. Proceed at a good pace. Why did you lose to the humans? All the tables were turned. Focus their efforts, forging the legendary weapons. Immense power of the weapons clashing with their own power began to cause the ending winter. Oh, you blamed us dragons? Typical of humans. Da-da-da. The weapons seem to have decreased in power since their initial forging. I shall continue my story when you advance a bit further. Smarmy smarmy. I wonder... I berserk this guy. Oh, never mind. Guess I'm not berserking anyone. I'm just gonna kill this dragon then. Nope. I say no. Ooh, 3% crit. Not bad. Not bad at all. And take drop. Heck, I can even dance for Nimue, who is now level 20. And fully heal Lance with Nimue. That's funny. Oh wow. Wow, these dragons really don't let up, do they? Ooh. That's gonna be a 2-shot. That 2-rounds me. Here's the question, can I only take on one dragon at a time? I can. 41, 100%, and then I die. It's not quite enough, is it? And I have a 7% chance of death here if I don't crit. Oh, let's recover. I feel like that's too dangerous to leave like that. Can't help but feel like I'm forgetting something. Like I'm doing something that's horribly wrong. Oh, that sucked. Lance, if you would do the honors. Take care of this fool for me. And some healing. Oh, whoops, I placed him wrong. And little... Heck, we need to kill him this turn. Can't kill him this turn. So let's just... Air Caliber, I guess. And the dragons from behind are dying, but I'm not getting speed, so... Yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's do like that. We can get Roy another kill with a Binding Blade. Or not. Or get Loon another kill with the Binding Air Caliber. Roy can't even move far enough. Okay. That should do it though. You come far, perhaps I've underestimated you. I remember this map actually very much reminds me of there's a map in the Tower of Valny in Fire Emblem 8, Sacred Stones, that is kind of inspired by this map. I think it's like the third to last map? Third to last or second to last in the tower? Because I know the last map in the tower is effectively a clone of the Heavenly Arrows map that drove me insane. Just without berserk stabs and whatnot, so less insane. Oh, that's a missed sleep. Okay. Sure. And Sue can be Roy's bus. I just need to be real careful that I don't overextend and die to these dragons. Randall is wearing out. But I still have recover. Let's see, so I can move here and dance. If I drop off here, is that dangerous? No, that is actually not dangerous. There we go, Lou. Play some more wonderful music. Can I possibly survive to do this? I might be able to. Not if I miss. So instead, let's just do that and heal. No, not Roy. Heal Lance. If I don't heal Lance, Lance is dead. Of course, there's the dragon. He was ambushing me from behind, so that's scary. Nice and scary. Good old Armads. Get some kills. Oh, I don't get doubled. And that's how much damage? 39? 36. Okay. So we can actually take this kill with Faye right here. Some nice stats. And we recover. And we tell the dragon to bring it on, as it were. And Elfin's falling behind once again. He's doing too good of a job of keeping things efficient. Elfin is too good at his job. Oh, a little bit more Four Blaze. We should be careful with how much Four Blaze we're using because we're down to 8 uses. Oh shoot, we are almost out of legendary weapons on Lance. Oh, that's a problem. Time to seize this chair. Should have expected this in the man who defeated Zephyl. You may even have a chance to fight me personally. Hartman chose to spare the demon dragon. Rather than killing it, he sealed it away. But I don't know why. Blank-eyed human girl. Leader dead, there were no commands. Yep. Ithune is ultimately a tragic villain, but it's hard to even call Ithune a villain because she just doesn't. She's just a tool. Literally is not a person. She just is. Was taken, was corrupted, was turned into the demon dragon, and was used to create war dragons. Ithune herself is not really a person. And that's part of the reason why the true ending, which I'm gonna try to get, even if it takes me a lot of insane number manipulating, I'm gonna try and get it. That's why the true ending is so satisfying, because yes, while Ithune is not a person per se, the true ending at least hints that she might be getting her humanity back. It really is the power of the true ending. Also, I'm gonna have to be real careful with my back-end group, because I don't want them to die. Oh, for a second I thought that was like from the rear, and I was really scared. But no, that was from the front. Oh wow, I can get a kill with a silver bow. Sure. Save a legendary weapon use. More speed for Sue. Great. I mean, she always needed more speed, right? My odds of putting these guys to sleep, not great, but I got one. That is so close to killing. I think it's bolting time. Break out the bolting so I can kill with a Worm Slayer. That's what I'm gonna do. Goodbye, dragons. Goodbye. Goodbye. And we're gonna use the Merkleis on the sleeping dragon that I put to sleep for no reason, I guess. And we recover. And we do our best to say, hey, dragon, this way. And it worked! It worked! The dragon turned around. Here, have a full sleep staff. And I guess I'll use recover on Roy, because why not? It's annoying getting that clank every time I do anything. 2 damage away from a kill. So let's... You know what? Clarine hasn't killed any dragons yet. Let's give her a chance. There you go, girl. Ooh, plus magic. Galloping, galloping, galloping. I mean, ultimately, if you keep moving, you can outrun the dragons with pretty much any unit. As long as they're promoted, because dragons only have 5 move. But it is nice to be able to... Oh wow, even more dragons from the same throne. That's kind of weird. She kill with Worm Slayer? She can. And she gets a crit. Cool. More speed. Cool. Guess we'll just recover. I think it's designed to be like every 2 turns a new dragon spawns. And it just spawns at like the last throne that you took. far. I'm in the next chamber. 1,000 years. Waiting. Waiting. Just waiting. I was crippled, and so I basically sought out Zephyl. What reason have you awakened a demon dragon? Bored look on his face, he simply asked, "Who are you?" Which I answered, "Dragon." So that a smile crept onto his face. And that is exactly the face of the ending of FE7. That is exactly the conversation that the ending of FE7 gives you. Have you taken on the role of leader now? There's no need for that. Zephyl ordered it to proceed, even in the event of his death. It's basically the idea of a factory where even though the factory leader is, defeated, it just is automated and it keeps going and it keeps making war dragons, even though it doesn't have any purpose anymore. Let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we do this and play for Clarine. Might be able to sleep a dragon from here. You can't sleep Jan, unfortunately. I can sleep that one. Oh, 1 damage off Wormslayer. Let's just do this instead. Bolting action, followed by the Wormslayer for the kill. Enemy face time. I really hope I don't just get crit by a dragon, because that would be a surefire way to end the run entirely. Just getting crit by a dragon. You know what? We haven't let Faye get enough kills. Let's let her get this one. Go, chicken dragon. Do it. Full level up. +1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Ooh. Ba, 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 ba. And you recover. And play music. And run forward and drop off Roy. Actually, I think we give Roy and then drop him off even closer to the front. Because this dragon's gonna die. Air Caliber plus Wormslayer. Yeah, let's use Maltet, why not? One-shot him. Just for the security. And now the victory theme plays. Pawn's fight theme. John, sorry, not Pawn. I don't know. Such a cool theme that never gets any attention because it only plays for this one fight. Just one fight in the entire game. And you barely get any of it. But it's such a good theme, though. It's like, just from what I can hear right now, it's quite amazing. Maltets are best bet at killing. It's far more accurate. By far more, I mean 5% more. Goodbye, John. I fall. Humans are truly unpredictable. But if you thought we were done, You ain't seen nothing yet. What's wrong, Faye? You look like you're about to cry. Am I evil too? Huh? When I get older, will I be a bad dragon too? Slow down, Faye. Where did you get that idea? The man said dragons and humans can't live in peace. Aww. I'm gonna fight the demon dragon, but what about me? What if when I grow up, I'm like the demon dragon? Don't worry, Faye. I know you'll never be like the demon dragon. You'll always live with humans, with people like me. Do you really think so? Of course. I want to help the demon dragon too. Help her? The demon dragon isn't acting of her own free will. She had her soul destroyed. She's a slave. I don't want to kill her if I can avoid it. Words are too big. I don't understand. I'm sure you'll learn what I mean once you get a little older. Hartman posed a question when he bound the demon dragon, and I intend to answer it. But I already said this was the finale, so... it's finale time. Because I didn't want the finale to be 5 minutes of gameplay. Instructor to lead this world. Ethan's theme is also so good, though. Just appreciate it. I will lead this world no matter how much time must pass. As long as you stand in my way. My will is His Majesty's. And I am a demon dragon. Normally you'd think epic music's playing, but nope. Just this little haunting music box lullaby. An end to the battle of dragon and man. Blade of Hartman, who took pity on you and spared your life. Leave the final blow to me. So here's the thing about that. It done is terrifying. And what's more terrifying is that just dragons will spawn. They're just gonna spawn, and I can't do anything about it. Yep. Just gonna spawn so many dragons. That should be the safe square, right? Yep, that's safe. And you can do that while you do that. You provide backup and backup and... oh wait, I had a support there. Ooh. Ooh, support. Enemy phase, incoming dragons. Incoming broken weapons. Durandal's on its last use. Its very last use. And Maltet and Armads are not far behind. We got this. We can do this. Player phase. I think Adun is 1-2 range. No. No, apparently not. Apparently Adun's only 1 range, but also has a lot of resistance. Is that a throne she's sitting on? No, it's just floor tiles. Why does Floor Blaze not deal damage? Is the only weapon that deals bonus damage the Binding Blade? That's interesting. I don't remember that being the case. Anyway, speaking of that being the case, Roy, stop missing. It's your time to bind these dragons, put them in their place. And here you are, missing again and again. Look, we have a B rank support just for you. You don't like talking much, do you? That's not it. You prefer communing with nature over people. You'll be able to hear them if you're tense all the time. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. And we are going to play for Roy and allow him another kill. Boom. We recover. And we think, how can we approach? Yep. Random dragons from the sides. And welcome to a done. Population, final boss. I like how it's Dark Breath and she just attacks with the claw. The final boss theme is so good though. 27. Can we drop her to 27? You know what? Maybe with Sue support I can get a little bit more. Maybe I can get a little bit more damage with support from Sue. Yep, 28. Ooh. Well, it's 4 blaze for 6. Double 4 blaze for 6. Lightbrand still deals 10. Lightbrand deals more damage at range than 4 blaze. I think now it's time to Saint Staff. So wow, I didn't realize the staff theme was also replaced by that. By Dark Shamans, Dark Shadows, or whatever it's called. It's actually kind of cool. Well, I don't want to break any legendary weapons. So it's time for the final blows. The Binding Blade is deliberately the only weapon that deals bonus damage against the final boss. Not even all of the legendary weapons deal bonus damage. But it's time. It's time for the final blow. Look, even an untrained Roy can pick up the Binding Blade and kill the final boss. That's how good the Binding Blade is. Alone in the dark, I'm alone in darkness. Screech. And with that, we reach the hard mode epilogue. Sanctuary's collapsing. Hurry outside. I'll be fine. Now go. I have a legendary alt to excuse. And yep, he's safe. Sanctuary is gone. Invasions probably couldn't withstand the pressure. Yes. Today marks the beginning of a new era. Who's that you're carrying? I need to ask a favor of you. ... And thus the war, known as the Disturbance of Byrne, was resolved. So we did it! That's Fire Emblem 6 with 0 base stats, hard mode, completed. And unlike Fire Emblem 7, unlike the FE7 hack, this time there were no tricks, there were no, like, conveniences. I couldn't level to 30, I didn't get increased AXP gain, didn't have infinite use weapons. Barth started with 18 defense, but I could have played the map without it. Honestly, it's... This game... This game... It has a reputation for being the hardest GBA Fire Emblem game. Normally, at least, I would agree. It is the most difficult. It also has some tedium in the difficulty, some unfairness in the difficulty, because it abuses ambush spawn reinforcements. It abuses just endless waves of reinforcements. Some of its maps just overwhelm you with numbers. Far too many Wyvern Lords, even though, like, you basically fight every Wyvern Rider in Byrne in Chapter 21, and then there are still more in Chapter 23. And here is the true ending, later in Arcadia. Far too long. Is it here? No, maybe that's after, yeah. Not back to normal. He sometimes takes her outside, but she'll do nothing without first being told to. But yeah, I think this was fun. This was actually fun. Despite all expectations to the contrary, despite the insanity of this mode. Aww. Yeah. Aww. Despite the insanity of 0 bases, this was fun. Warm breeze. This was nice. It's nice to be done with, but it was nice. I only lost a little bit of sanity. Let's see, what were the hardest chapters? Chapter 1 was just brutal. Chapter 4 was challenging, but I had a strategy for it. Chapter 7... Honestly, Chapter 7 wasn't any worse than 1 or 4. Except for the fact that I literally couldn't rescue Jarrett and Trek. Like, it was impossible to rescue them. Could not. Like, there's no way that you rescue Zealot and Trek in 0 bases. Which means any 0 bases run that wants to get to endgame, that wants to get to true endgame, has to go to Sakai. I do think... I mean, obviously Zero Base isn't for everyone. Zero Bases kind of ruins me for regular Fire Emblem, because every time I look at a normal Fire Emblem character's stats, I think they're amazing, no matter who the character is, no matter what the stats are. It also ruins me for normal Fire Emblem in that I just want to RNG abuse everything, because RNG manipulation is the only way to play for, like, a majority, over half of Zero Bases. You have to manipulate or you just can't win. So much has to go perfectly right, otherwise you just instantly lose. 1,091 battles. Like, Sacred Stones caps your battle number at 3 digits. This game doesn't. 1,091 battles, almost 400 kills. Thank goodness for Lance. The hero that we all desperately needed. Oh, yes. Yeah, let's see. Chapter 7 wasn't too bad. 400 battles for Lou, but like half his battles were kills, so it works out. Let's see, other maps that were rough. I did Bartre route for 10 and 11. Might have been a mistake. 11 was not that bad, but 10 sucked. 10 was abysmal. Just that ambush, getting caught between the Paladin and Cavaliers, and then the Bandits, while trying to get the Pegasus Knights away. It was rough. It was rough. But, yeah, that wasn't too bad. That was the Western Isles. We had the trip through Arcadia, which... honestly, without a promoted Sage with some air caliber, Arcadia is not doable. It just isn't. Without, like, if I hadn't promoted Lou right before Arcadia, I just couldn't have won. There was no way. There was no way of winning Arcadia without a promoted Sage with just good magic, good speed to dodge. Yeah, that was like prerequisite. And that's why I think Lou is so much better than Lena for Zero Bases. I mean, first of all, availability, but also so much more speed. So much more speed. Sue, not bad unit. Sue was pretty good. I think was worth the training. She definitely paid off in the end game. And she was one of, like, my 3 units who could kill on player phase reliably. Mostly reliably. And could take a mage or 2 on enemy phase. I definitely think... let's see. What other maps? Arcadia. The Water Temple kind of sucked, but that was, I don't know, my own bad for moving forward with Rutger when I shouldn't have. And for kind of overestimating Fur's dodginess. Speaking of Fur, I mean, she kind of paid off. She was another unit who could crit reliably on player phase and get a kill. And sometimes that's all I needed. I just needed someone who could kill. Someone who could get 1 kill somewhat reliably, even if it required a bit of rigging. And that's why Rutger and Fur were good. So what other chapters were there? Water Temple. 15 and 16 weren't bad. 15 was a bit tedious. 16X was... it wasn't hard, it was aggravating. Because of Berserk. And just Berserk and all that. what that leads to. But because of Lance, because of all the extra hit points, I was definitely able to get through that. I definitely had to... I definitely would not have done very well had I not boosted freaking Lance so much and just had him be able to run up, and I did have to get several lucky dodges there just to avoid Lance dying while he was berserked. I had just what I needed for that map. I could have warped as well, but I didn't. Also because the boss is really strong. All the Gaiden map bosses are really strong, actually. It was 16x, and then it was Sakai, which... Sakai was a one-man army. Hey, Sakai! Yeah, Sakai is a one-man army with Lance, and I guess Liu as well, two-man army. Without Lance and Liu, I couldn't have done Sakai. I don't know. And the staff of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Aww, quite the shout-out. I wonder how much they actually helped. I mean, it's just a special mention, but still. Cool. Good job, Roy. Roy versus Zephiel. That didn't happen. What else was there? Sakai. The last map of Sakai wasn't too bad. The Gaiden chapter was a lot easier to just low man, because then everyone just came to me instead of me having to spread out my good units and leave them to die to wyverns. But it was frustrating that it had to be the absolutely last hut that I came across that was the right one. Sue definitely proved her worth in killing the druids there, though. Sue against the druids and Liu against the nomads. 21. Like, here's the thing. The video got corrupted in 21, so for some reason it wouldn't let me merge it, even though the separate files are fine. So, I don't know. I still haven't uploaded it yet. I'll do some more work and see if I can get it merged. Great. I don't know if I can. 82 turns for Chapter 1. I don't think I'm going to have a chapter that's anywhere close to 82 turns. More time, yes, but not that many turns. Yes, there was that. 21, just... yeah, there was no way. Even after the video, like, wouldn't save properly and arguably could have been, like, corrupted or something. I'm just like, no, I don't have a good save state. That was not happening. That was not going to happen. Because that chapter... oh, B rank, B rank, C rank, E rank, C rank, C rank. Total C. Well, ain't that wonderful. Still surprised I got B on tactics, considering how slowly I played. I guess it just goes to show how generous the tactics ranking is. B on combat, but that's to be expected because no one could kill anything for like 50 battles. C on survival, because I lost, let's see, Trek, Jarrett, Barth. I also had at least 3 units. E on experience, because I only leveled a couple units at all. C on funds, you know how poor I was. And C on power. I forget what power ranking means. Oh well. Either way, I'm happy with a C. With 0 bases, I'm happy with a C. But yeah, that's been Fire Emblem 6. Yeah, after 21, there wasn't really too much else. The maps are hard, but they're not 21 hard. Like, seriously, I think Chapter 21 in Fire Emblem 6 is probably one of the hardest chapters ever made. Chapter 7 gets all the glory, because it's early game, and has a lot of objectives. Chapter 21 is just brutal. Like, it's not as tough as some of, like, the Awakening and Fate's Lunatic Mode chapters, because those are unfairly difficult. This one just buries you in wyverns. Oh, just buried in wyverns. And as soon as you think you're done, oh, zone-based reinforcements. 8 more wyverns at a time. Have fun, guys. I'm glad I was able to just solo half of them with Lou and the other half with Lance, though. Because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be here today, beating this game. As always, though, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Fire Emblem 6 with 0 base stats. If you want to play this hack for yourself, look it up on Reddit. Just FE6 0 base stats. You'll find it. Boar's the Stylish. I forget if he posted it. I think it was Edgy. No, it wasn't Edgy Sever. Whatever. Someone else posted it. Boar's the Stylish started like an Imgur LP of it that he never finished because he ran into glitches with the game. But yeah, if you want to play that, go for it. As for me, well, there's one Fire Emblem GBA game that has a 0 bases hack that I haven't beaten yet. I'll probably take a little break from this, but when I come back, Fire Emblem Sacred Stones with 0 bases. You want to know what one of the easiest Fire Emblem games becomes when all the units have no base stats? Let me tell you what it becomes. It gets hard. It gets stupidly hard. But we'll save that for another time. As for now, this is Mithril Zenith, once and for all for this LP, signing out. Have a great day, everyone.